Welcome to the Box Score Sports Podcast.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Box Score Sports Podcast. I'm your host, Ryan. On today's clip, we are going to discuss the playoff series between the Oklahoma City Thunder and the Phoenix Suns. We're going to talk about some X factors, matchups that we're looking forward to, and then we're going to predict the series. And by we, I mean me. I do have Clint's prediction as well, so I'll mention what he predicted at the end. But before I get into it, leave comments down below. Who do you think is going to win the series? How many games and why? And maybe just to be more interesting, who are you looking forward to watching in this series? Which we'll talk about a couple of guys that I'm kind of looking at in this series that whether it's for next season moving forward or even in this playoff series moving forward. So let's get into it. The Thunder ranked offensive rating this season was 7th, and their defense was 1st. The Suns were 16th, and the offensively, and then 10th defensively. Listen, the Suns had an amazing game against the Warriors. We'll talk a little bit about that when we get into some X factors. And I will say that the Suns, I underrated them this season. I did not think they would make the playoffs. I think I had them as a lottery team. And so I'll probably get some slack in the comments for that if you're a Suns fan. Sorry. But hey, they surprised us. They showed us they got kind of like a future, maybe some building blocks that we didn't expect, and maybe some hope moving forward into next season. I don't think it's going to be in the series. We'll see. I just think the Thunder, they're big, they're deep, they're athletic. They're going to just be a problem for a couple different years. But this is kind of a good measuring stick, I think, series for the Suns. Hey, what's going to show up in this series? What are we going to have to improve on if we're going to want to be on top of the West? And like, who can we maybe rely on or give experience that is going to help this team moving forward? I think that's the way Suns and Suns fans should look at this series. So let's talk about some matchups that I'm looking forward to. Dort against Booker. I think we're going to get a lot of chirping. I think Dort's going to get under Booker's skin. We know how these games get officiated with the Thunder. Sometimes it's warranted. They do deserve respect. Sometimes you're just like, that was disrespectful to the game, Thunder player, insert name there. However, putting that aside, the Thunder are clearly the better team. But if the Suns are going to be competitive in the series, they need Booker to show up, and Dort is the kind of guy that is going to get under Booker's skin. So let's see how Booker handles that matchup. I think that's a very important matchup. On the other side, I think Dillon Brooks will cover SGA, and that's going to be part of how this series is going to go. Can Dillon Brooks stay out of foul trouble? Because they're going to need him if they're going to want to extend this series at all beyond, 4 to 5 games. I think it's going to be hard because Shea is so good at basketball. His footwork is very good. And he does get the whistle, which is just a deadly combination because he knows how to game the system. And he does a really, I know we as basketball fans hate it sometimes, but it's not a Shea problem. It's an NBA problem, right? The NBA has to fix it. As long as he's getting the calls, we can call it unethical hoops. I'm okay with that. But he's figured out something, and he should utilize it till the NBA says you can't utilize it anymore. Let's see. X factors. Couple X factors here. Jalen Green, huge game. Last play-in tournament game. Huge game. I think they obviously need him moving forward. But he's not just an X factor in the sense of in this series to make it competitive. But is he a true building block? This series can show us something if he averages 25 points off of an efficient amount of shooting. And in the playoffs, it's probably going to be somewhere between 46 and 48 because of the way it's officiated. That is a building block you can use moving forward for sure. Then you're kind of less doubts with him and Booker on the court together, but you kind of need to see that from Green. Amazing game, by the way, the other night. Just 36 points or something like that. Anyway, in a big play-in game off of 70% shooting, he was just on fire. They'll need him to be competitive in this series. Gillespie is another guy I'm kind of looking at as far as what's his role? And again, he was a beautiful find in the regular season for the Suns. Can he be something moving forward? Again, it's just going to be a really good measuring stick for the Phoenix Suns moving beyond this year, even. As far as an X factor for the Thunder, I don't really have like a really good one because I just think they're so deep and they're so talented that in this series they like one person isn't going to make or break them. Where I think obviously the Suns it's a little different. But I did pick Jalen Williams, J Dub. He hasn't, he's still trying to find his legs a little bit this season, right? I was looking like even his 3 point percentage in the last 10 games is at 20%. That's not good. And I don't think it might not be this series or maybe even next series where you like really need him to show up. But when you play the Spurs or the Nuggets, you're gonna need Williams to show up. He was huge last year for the Thunder. And I don't know if there's anyone, even though this roster is super deep, that really could replace what Williams did last year. So I really think if you're going to look at an X factor for the Thunder is for Williams to get his legs under him, to get in that mode where he is that second fiddle, that guy that the Thunder can rely on moving forward in the playoffs. Let's talk about the prediction. Clint picked a 4-game sweep. I'm going to as well. I'm going to pick the Thunder in 4. Listen, I have been underrating the Suns all year. I'm going to continue to do so, and it's worked out for the Suns. So maybe if I pick a sweep, the Suns will surprise us and make it like a 6-game series. I doubt it, mainly because I'm not rooting against the Thunder. I just like competitive basketball. I would like a competitive series, but I don't think we'll get one here as far as the length of games. Now every game itself could be competitive, but I think the length of the series will go 4 games. So that's what I have for my predictions, my thoughts on this series. Let me know in the comments section down below, what are your thoughts? Who do you have moving forward? Maybe a finals prediction. And don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel. Thanks so much for listening. I hope you guys enjoyed, and we will talk to you guys real soon. Thanks so much for watching this clip of the Box Score Sports Podcast. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you haven't yet, please subscribe to our channel. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter or X. And we'll talk to you guys real soon. See ya.